Huh.
Hey, hello everybody, my name is Glaz and today I'll be presenting you 5 mod combinations that works really well together. As a disclaimer before we start the video, this is a subjective list, so you might not agree with me and it's completely fine. Secondly, this video is inspired, not stolen, inspired by Asian Half Squad series called Minecraft mod combination that works perfectly together. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get into it. And our first mod is going to be Ice and Fire. That mod adds a bunch of creatures, ranging from griffons to cyclops. And of course, it adds Ice and Fire dragons. These creatures are very powerful, so be careful. Of course, the mod doesn't just add critters, but also equipment. There's, of course, armors that can be made from fire dragon scales or ice dragon scales. My favorite one are the blue and light blue armors. And the second mod is going to be Epic Fight. That mod just overhauls the whole Minecraft combat system to be more Dark Soul-like. It adds a bunch of different weapons, from spears, from knives, to fighting gloves that make you look like Dio from GBA. Our next mod will be Spartan Weaponry. It's a widely known mod that adds a lot of different weapons. There are small, fast knives and other swords that has different perks such as dealing triple damage to mobs that has no armor. And the last mod will be Spartan Weaponry, Ice and Fire. This mod is just an add-on to Spartan Weaponry and allows you to create weapons using Ice and Fire resources, so you can have some rapier using Dragon Ball. Of course, it also allows you to create extremely powerful weapons that allows you to slay down dragons easily. Of course, if you don't like those weapons, you can use Weapons of Miracle, which is another very cool looking mod. It adds a bunch of original weapons, such as a bow staff, and very cool looking armor that gives you extra health points instead of armor. And for our next combination, we're going to start with the Big Globe. It's a mod that enhances Minecraft world generation while still keeping a vanilla look. But with such a big world, you're going to need Distant Horizon. It's basically a mod that allows you to get a bigger render distance by lowering the detail of faraway blocks. And honestly, it's probably the best mod that Minecraft has to offer. But with such a big world, you're going to need Chunky. It's a mod that basically helps you load the world much faster. But of course, with such a gigantic world, it will still take a lot of time, as you can see in this sped up footage. It took me about 2 hours to load all that. After a bit of waiting, the world is gonna much a lot better. But as you can see, it's still a bit flat and Minecrafty. So I do recommend a lot using shaders. But as you can see right here, it doesn't work very well. This shader is the Bliss shader, which is probably the best one that exists. But sadly, even if you try to remove the fog, it won't work even after trying. So, after downloading the shader from GitHub, that I will link into the description, you will need to put it in Minecraft and it will look like this. In my opinion, I really think it's the best that Minecraft can look without modifying it too much. and you can just enjoy the world exploring for hours without getting bored. And for a more cinematic look, I recommend using Dual Barrel Roll. It simply modifies the way light craft fly by making it more realistic and making you able to do barrel rolls. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the mod is only client-sided, so you can use this mod even if the server doesn't have it. And if you're wondering what those bleak towers are, it's simply part of the new update that revamps the whole generation of the world. All in all, this is probably the best Minecraft can look with this mod. And for our next mod pack, it's going to be oriented towards farming. We all know that farming is not exactly the best activity. You just plant and that's basically it. So, to help with that, we're going to use Slipw Warp. As the name suggests, it simply warps the time when you sleep to make it faster. And with that, we're going to use Farm Tweaks. It's a mod that adds a lot of different features, such as XP when you're breaking crops, but also preventing the farmland from getting destroyed when you jump on them, which is very useful. You can also use bone meal onto sugarcane. Apparently it's also possible on cactuses, but as you can see, I can't do it. But it's not the only thing that can be bone mealed now, because the smaller flowers can also all be bone mealed, which is very practical for farming dyes or just flowers. And for the redstone engineers, crops can finally be planted by dispensers. For our next combination, we will start with a mod called Immersive Engineers. It adds a lot of things related to, of course, engineering that allows you to make energy from machinery, but also build machines that allows you doing your playthrough. Usually, you'll start by building a windmill that you'll put onto a dynamo block. If you wait a few seconds, you'll see that it starts spinning. And if you add windmill sails onto it, it will go faster and produce more energy. One of the most useful machines that exist in this mod is called the crusher. After you build it using the manual, you will have to click on it with a hammer on this block. After providing it with power, the crusher will start to operate. However, I don't recommend jumping into it in survival or else you'll end up like your ores. But as you can see, after a few seconds the amount of ores that you will get will have doubled. And our second mod will be Mechanism. It is compatible with Immersive Engineers as you can see, and it simply adds a lot of high-tech equipment including very cool looking armors. And our last combination will start with a mod called The Flesh That Hates. The Flesh That Hates is an infection mod that adds the SCP-610 into your world. After a few minutes of spawning in, you will hear that noise. This noise was made by the creatures that spawn in your world not far from you, and is the origin of the infection that will start to spread over your world. And he makes very scary noises. After a few seconds, some parasite-like creature will spawn from the incubator and will start to eat everything. Some creatures, like pigs, will also be turned into one of them. Cows are also included. After waiting long enough, the incubator will start to turn the wall around him into flesh. It is a long wait though, as you can see, but you still should not ignore it, else it will be dangerous. But you know what is needed to take care of this invasion? You will need a gun. Which is why I recommend installing the mod Timeless in Classical Zero. It's a mod that adds a lot of very good looking firearms, including Desert Eagles, Assault Rifle, P90s, and even a rocket launcher. But that won't be enough to defeat the infection. And with that, you'll need this.
Flint and steel!
And now that you're fully equipped, you are ready to take on this invasion. After dealing with the big guy and his siblings, you can engage in your daily silly activity, and you will have finally won. And last but not least, I'm going to include the mod Modern Warfare. It's a mod that adds guns, but most importantly, vehicles, ranging from tanks to the best vehicles that exist, a wheelchair. And that will be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. And with that, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.